Welcome to CBSC English Teacher. Let's look at the line-by-line explanation of the chapter The Last Lesson from Class 12 English. If you are watching my video for the first time, please subscribe so as to listen to the explanation of all the chapters. And don't forget to press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload the video. Let's move on to the video now. Now let's notice this expression in the text and we have to infer their meaning from the context. There are 6 expressions in this chapter. The first is in great dread of, which means fear of. The second expression is counted on, which means dependent upon. The third is thumbed at the edges, that means torn and damaged at the edges. The fourth one is in unison, which means at the same time. The fifth one is a great bustle, that means a lot of noise created by many people. And the last and sixth one is to reproach ourselves with, which means to blame ourselves with. Now let's begin with the line-by-line explanation of the text. I started for school very late that morning and was in great dread of a scolding, especially because M. Hamel had said that he would question us on participles, and I did not know the first word about them. Now it is obvious from the very first few lines that this is the first person narrative. The narrator of the story is a young school-going boy and his name is Franz. That morning he was scared as he was late for school. Also, as their teacher M. Hamel had announced the previous day that he would test them on the topic of participles. And Franz did not know anything at all. He was more scared of being scolded. For a moment I thought of running away and spending the day out of doors. It was so warm, so bright. The birds were chirping at the edge of the woods, and in the open field back of the sawmill, the Prussian soldiers were drilling. Here in this paragraph, sawmill is a factory for cutting woods, and drilling means exercising. Now, Franz had another option in his mind: to miss the school and enjoy the day out in the warm and bright weather. He describes the scene also, that there were birds chirping on the trees and the noise of the Persian soldiers doing the drill behind the sawmill could be heard. It was all much more tempting than the rules for participles, but I had the strength to resist and hurried off to school. Tempting means attracting, and resist means to stay away. The scene outside was actually more attractive than the school, but Franz controlled the temptation and chose to attend the school and not to spend the day outside. When I passed the town hall, there was a crowd in front of the bulletin board. For the last 2 years, all our bad news had come from there. The lost battles, the draft, the orders of the commanding officer, and I thought to myself without stopping, what can be the matter now? Bulletin board here means a notice board for putting up the latest news and communication. As Franz walked past the town hall, he noticed a huge crowd at the notice board. The war with Prussia had begun 2.5 years ago, and since then all the bad news like losing the war, occupation of Alsace and Lorraine by the enemy, that is Prussia, etc., had been communicated to the people through this bulletin board. Franz kept on walking toward the school and thought in his mind that what news could have been put up at the board now. Then, as I hurried by as fast as I could go, the blacksmith watcher who was there with his apprentice reading the bulletin called after me. Don't go so fast, Bob. You will get to your school in plenty of time. I thought he was making fun of me and reached the M. Hammel's little garden out of breath. As he walked hurriedly towards the school, the blacksmith, who was also reading the news and had come along with his trainee, called out to Franz from behind and said that he need not go in such a hurry as there was plenty of time for him to reach school. Franz thought that the blacksmith was making fun of him as he was already late for school. When Franz reached the garden outside the school, he was out of breath as he had walked very fast. Here apprentice means a trainee. Usually when school began, there was a great bustle, which could be heard outside in the street, the opening and closing of the desks, the lessons repeated in unison, very loud, with our hands over our ears to understand better, and the teacher's great ruler rapping on the table. A great bustle means a lot of noise created by many people together. In unison is also an expression which means at the same time, and rapping here means striking. Now, Franz describes the usual scene at the school in the mornings. Normally, when there is a school, we observe a lot of noise created by moving of desks, children repeating their lessons, and teachers striking the tables with the ruler could be heard easily. But now it was all so still. I had counted on the commotion to get to my desk without being seen. But, of course, that day everything had to be as quiet as Sunday morning. Counted on means depended on. Commotion means noise and confusion. That day was unusual as there was no such sound coming out of the school, and it seemed that the school was closed as it used to be on a Sunday morning. Franz had planned that he would take cover under the commotion and reach the class without being noticed, but that did not seem possible. Through the window I saw my classmates already in their places and M. Hamel walking up and down with his terrible iron ruler under his arm. Now Franz looked inside his class and saw his classmates already seated and M. Hamel, their teacher, walking in the class with the ruler made of iron placed under his arm. Now Franz feared a beating. I had to open the door and go in before everybody. You can imagine how I blushed and how frightened I was. But nothing happened. M. Hamel saw me and said very kindly, "Go to your place quickly, little Franz. We were beginning without you." Blushed here means face turned red in color due to shame. Now Franz was ashamed of being late and feared a scolding as he had to enter the classroom in front of everyone. Franz found it very strange as M. Hamel didn't say anything, and on the contrary, politely he asked him to get to his seat as the class was about to begin without him. I jumped over the bench and sat down at my desk. Not till then, when I had got a little over my fright, did I see that our teacher had on his beautiful green coat, his frilled shirt, and the little black silk cap all embroidered, that he never wore except on inspection and prize days. Now Franz hurried to his seat. After some time, when he overcame the scare and became comfortable, he noticed that their teacher had worn his best embroidered that day. The teacher normally wore it on occasions like inspection and prize distribution days. Franz wondered if that day was a normal day. Then what could be the reason for M. Hamel to wear his special dress?